Here we have Steve Kuclo and his 2020 Arnold's Classics version. He placed fourth, which was actually quite a good placing indeed, in a very thick lineup for sure. And then on the other side of the token, we have Hunter Labrada. Not a newcomer, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, onto the big stage, he is pretty much a newcomer. We will see him on the Olympia stage this year, in my opinion. And this is his first real test, ladies and gentlemen, on my channel, that is. Steve Kuclo, he has to be a favorite for a top 3 placing at the Olympia if it is a depleted lineup. I mean, if Phil Heath doesn't show up and Sean Roden, things of that nature. And I'm sure they won't. But anyway, here in the front double bicep pose, now I don't want to be the first one to start pointing fingers about synthol use and things like that, but I don't know, guys. If you look at the older pictures of Hunter Labrada versus this one, he's either doing some major bicep work or he's doing some major bicep work. But anyway, guys, I like the physique better of Steve here, which is surprising. Usually the abs wash away in this pose for Steve, and there was a couple other ones that I did see. His abs were washed away, but this one here, he's showing them nice. But anyway, I guess they're only giving me so much time to judge the front double. I was a little bit puzzled by the biceps of Hunter. But anyway, you guys mentioned that he does have a torn pec, does Hunter. And he's a big lad, and the more you look at a physique, the more you can pick it apart. Steve, perhaps, the more perfect physique, I guess you could say here. Neither one of them are impressing me that much, though. So in a lineup, they would probably fall dead last in a shot like this, pose like this. Turn to the side. Hunter Labrada is one big, thick, sturdy, hardy young lad. Look at this thick young lad. He's thick, huh? Anyway, enough about that. You can see Steve Kuclo may have an edge in the pec development, but Hunter, look at the legs. He's even in the calves here, which is surprisingly, from the back shots, we will be able to see Steve will have an edge in the calves like he does against pretty much everybody. But from the side here, Hunter doing battle as well as the pec. Very close indeed. And it is also a battle in the side tricep. I think I choose an excellent opponent for Hunter Labrada here, not Lee Labrada. If I did call him Lee, I apologize, or even if another video that you heard me call him Lee, I apologize. But I don't apologize for Lee himself. He would just love that. I guarantee. And he's still jacked too. Anyway, tricep development, I would give this one slightly to Steve, but they both possess a big, lowly inserted, striated tricep. I much appreciate the calf display for Hunter there. He's showing his calf, the far calf. Of course, Steve, he's nobody's fool in the calf game. And Mark's Max Muscle, I like a good set of lower legs, guys. And you know I do. So it's pretty close in the side shots. Steve gets a whiffle of an edge. Turn around, and this is the surprise of the nation. The sensation sweeping the nation? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, but I do know that I'm looking at a good back development in Hunter Labrada. He has brought the conditioning to the bodybuilding stage, and he has made Steve Kuclo look a little wishy-washy, so to speak. Steve, never the best in this shot. Definitely wishy-washy, like I said, in the trap development. Not the best V-taper either. He does have some lat insertions, I guess. But anyway, guys, I give this one to Hunter Labrada. It's shocking to me. Very shocking. Rear double bicep, and it appears Steve a little bit more conditioned in the glutes in this pose, I guess. This is altogether a better shot for Steve. And it probably has to do with him hitting the shot more often. And I know you're going to say that I'm crazy for saying that, but the more you hit a shot, the more your body reacts to it, and you can flex all those muscles. Look at guys like Bertil Fox in the most muscular. It looked like he was super conditioned in shots like that because his body was so conditioned to take those shots, to take those poses, vascularity flying, and it looks like Steve Kuclo has an awesome back development here. He's actually beating Hunter, in my opinion. And when you look at the rear double, or the rear lat, rather, totally opposite. This is a good back development for Hunter Labrada. I think he's going to go places for sure. If you ignore my Synthel comment at the first, it takes me in mind of a Sean Roden back. Doesn't that look from the glutes to the back, to the arms? Sean Roden? Hunter Labrada? No? Anyway. Here we have the ab and thigh, and it is a different version, which I don't appreciate much. There was a good one for Steve Kuclo, and I may award him the victory just because he had a good one. You guys noticed, like I said earlier, his torn pec for Hunter Labrada. You see that here? His pec, right around his nipple. If you've ever seen one of those leaf blowers, it blows a jet of air. It looks like he has one of those leaf blowers right on his nipple. You see that? Woo! I'm telling you right now, that's what it looks like. But anyway, all jokes aside, Steve looks a little better here in the thigh and in the conditioning, the abs. Just a little bit bigger lad as well. He has a couple of inches, maybe an inch and a half on Hunter. But anyway, on to the most muscular. And speaking of height, I did make them around the same height here as Steve, of course, bending at the knees. And a couple of inches is not a whole lot in bodybuilding when it comes to certain poses. If you are bending, crouching, those inches just disappear. But anyway, I have to usually make a explanation because I get criticized. The legs this time look better for Hunter Labrada as far as the quads are concerned, the muscle separation, in which case Steve usually had the edge in most of the poses. Calves here, wow. Fantastic set of calves for Steve Kuclo. That's probably one of the reasons why I said one day he will become Mr. Olympia champions. He's winning on the delts here as well, is Steve Kuclo. And he is getting the overall against Hunter Labrada, but I'm here to tell you guys, this was a close one, and a lot closer than I actually thought. It could have gone either way. Well, I don't know. Depending on who was judging this, of course it could have went either way. But I'm pretty strongly for Steve Kuclo. He is the man. But Hunter Labrada, man, if he improves at all, he could get the victory. He could place over Steve for sure. And this is a good version of Steve as well. So it's going to be close between these two. Can't wait for the Olympia guys. Hopefully these two both show up. Hope you enjoyed the video as well. Hit thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram. Have a good day.